Hello, everyone. Coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show. We want truth. We want truth. The fans have spoken and they got what they wanted. Our truth returns, but under a different moniker. He calls himself Ron the Truth Killing. And he has something shocking to say tonight. You won't believe what the artist formerly known as R Truth did during the show on Raw to reveal himself, what he did. We'll talk about it coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show and what R-Truth did right here to reveal himself. We'll talk about it coming up here. Also, too, we get started with the King and Queen of the Ring tournament qualifying matches right here. It begins tonight. Who is going to be getting themselves a step closer, being King and Queen of the Ring? But it starts here tonight on Raw. We'll talk about it as well. Speaking on that, the fallout from Money in the Bank. The fallout. What went down Money in the Bank? Who Mr. and Ms. Money in the Bank? We'll talk about it coming up. Speaking of Money in the Bank, Nikki Bella. Nikki Bella, one half of the Bella Twins, has a special message regarding to the WWE Universe. It might be dealing with evolution coming up soon. But in the main event, the World Heavyweight Championship match, main event, Jey Uso defends the world title against former champion Gunther. Can Jey Uso continue that winning streak over Gunther? We'll see. But kick Raw off with this. Speaking of world champions, John Cena, the tumultuous Money in the Bank, the WWE Champions live tonight. We kick off the Raw Ring Report here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host, as always, Kid Dix here. Glad you can join us in the Pro Wrestling Show. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribing is caring. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. All right, we'll get to the right here, right now. John Cena had a lot to say tonight, and some big news right here. We had kickoff with Cena. This is what Cena had put down tonight. John Cena coming out with that "Time Is Now" music until he got interrupted by CM Punk. CM Punk, the John Cena's foe, got Money in the Bank. They were gonna have a match at Money in the Bank, but unfortunately that wasn't gonna happen. Well, Cena came out there and talked about, dressed the crowd down as John Cena normally like to do. John Cena did so tonight. John Cena saying that he is the one that he will force and stuff. Well, CM Punk came out there. CM Punk issued a challenge. Punk issued a challenge that he wants to go against John Cena one more time before John Cena call it a day in his retirement match. Well, John Cena accepted CM Punk challenge, but CM Punk may have to eat his words carefully because John Cena made the match, and the match will take place at Night of Champions, and that match will be taking place if CM Punk wants to have a match against John Cena under his own circumstances. It's going to be happening at Night of Champions. And then Night Champions, John Cena will defend the WWE Championship against CM Punk one last time. Who can recall that WWE Championship match with John Cena and CM Punk were basically at each other's throats, and John Cena was caused at the time that he put the WWE Championship on there for his own safety, and that was good. So, like we said, John Cena did what he needed to do. That's what John Cena got. It's John Cena. had looked around and saw how all that came around. Getting okay. If we try, okay, there you go. John Cena getting the opportunity. See right, John Cena will put the WWE Championship on the line against CM Punk at Night of Champions in Saudi Arabia. So between them and how that's gonna go down between 'em. But it's gonna be very interesting to see Cena versus Punk for the World Championship. So we'll see how all of that will take place coming forward. So look forward to seeing that as well. So we'll see. Well, we get to one of the matches for the King and Queen of the Ring. That we'll see right here. The tournament bracket. We can show the tournament bracket. The King and Queen of the Ring. The King of the Ring tournament right here. A host of superstars is going to compete. You see Andrade, Damian Priest, Nakamura, Orton, a lot of Hope Penta, Dudley Mysterio. Well, the women's Queen of the Ring tournament as well, right here. So there's a lot of people competing for the Queen of the Ring tournament as well. So we'll see. Well, we get to this right here. Roxanne Perez was the first participant. She won her match. She won tonight. Roxanne Perez earns herself a spot in the Queen of the Ring tournament. So Roxanne Perez did so tonight. She was in a fatal four-way match against Rhea Ripley, against Liv Morgan, and against Kyrie Sane. These women are really beating, really tearing each other apart. But at the end, right here, Roxanne Perez, the newcomer to Raw, won. Roxanne Perez continues her momentum. So good for Roxanne Perez doing so. She did so as well. So hey, we we saw how Roxanne Perez did. So congratulations to Roxanne. So Roxanne Perez advances on do what she needed to do. All right, we move on to this. Chad Gable. AJ Styles went against Chad Gable. You know, AJ went against Chad Gable once again last week. He did so. I think AJ Styles feeling the brunt right here. Chad Gable took a little leap right here, getting what he needed to do. You know, however, that went down and stuff. Chad Gable and stuff. So hey, we saw how that went down with Chad Gable winning tonight. I think Chad Gable really gonna be taking it to AJ down the road. So hey, we'll see. That right there, Chad Gable winning over AJ Styles tonight. Also, too, speaking of that, Sami Zayn getting the win in the King of the Ring tournament. Sami Zayn, one of the first participants right here. You'll see Sami Zayn in quite a minute right here. The joy to relieve Sami Zayn wins the King of the Ring tournament and he qualifies to move forward. However, that's going to be coming up for Sami Zayn moving forward. Sami Zayn more relieved, more than ever before. So Sami Zayn doing what she needed to do to win the King of the Ring tournament. So we saw, however, that's going to be coming forward and stuff for Sammy. Now WWE promoting the hell out of you know who And Guana Man, I think WWE wants to bring anybody new, different to the feature. And Guana Man coming probably the Raw. Guana Man was different and was new. So Guana Man getting himself together and stuff. So Guana Man did a stellar performance at the Worlds Collide event. So Guana Man getting some brownie points. So we see how Guana Man be. Seth Rollins still teasing. Seth Rollins teasing is what he normally do. Teasing that he wants to do it. So Seth Rollins right here holding up the briefcase. He got the power. He got the prestige. Seth Rollins can cash in at any time he wants, like he did nearly a decade ago. That's Seth Rollins doing what he needed to do. Seth Rollins um, with the power, the prestige. He will soon be world champion. We just don't know when Seth Rollins is going to cash it in. You see Gunther holding the belt. Well, not yet. We'll get Gunther and Jey Uso a little bit later right now. But champions like John Cena, CM Punk, better beware. Yeah, Gunther, not Gunther, but Punk and Cena and Uso can hold the belt as which they can please. Well, speaking of that, Nikki Bella returned. Nikki Bella, who we haven't seen since the Royal Rumble. Nikki Bella is back. And Nikki Bella, WWE Hall of Famer, had a lot to say. She even welcomed a lot of people. The Women's World Champion Io Sky welcomed Nikki Bella into the WWE fold again. Nikki Bella showing up, showing stopping by as well. But she got attacked from behind by Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan came out of nowhere and attacked Nikki Bella. Liv Morgan might be jealous of Nikki Bella. I don't know why she did what she did, but this might cause a program between these two coming up at Evolution. So Nikki Bella and Liv Morgan might feud at Evolution one on one just to give them something to go. We'll see however that's going to be coming up. Well, speaking of that, we saw the return of the huggable one, Bailey. Bailey returned as well. Bailey is back. And Bailey turned after being ambushed by Becky Lynch. Bailey coming back to get her hands on Becky Lynch. And Becky Lynch got her hands full with now Bailey and Live Valkyria. Let's see if that's gonna play out for Becky Lynch. But Becky Lynch really didn't see that coming as Bailey and Valkyrie wanted to get their hands on Becky Lynch. Bailey really wanted to get her hands. You can see a women's Intercontinental Championship match between these two down the road. So we'll see. Well, speaking of that, what's the shocker of the night was our truth. Our truth returned at Money in the Bank after being fired for under a week. Our truth came back. Our truth did something that shed something. He shed his soul. Our truth cut his hair, cut his dreads off. Our truth said the truth will set you free. And our truth meant that. And he, by God, meant that. And he meant it tonight. Our truth was sick and tired of being sick and tired. And our truth felt like it just wasn't enough for him and stuff. And our truth, you tell Michael Cole and Wade Bear was scared because our truth had scissors. You just don't know what our truth was gonna do with those scissors. And he did something like our truth getting new merchandise. Now he's no longer our truth. He's gonna call himself Run the Truth Killings, Run Killings. So our truth really that passed behind him. He's gonna go with a new persona, Ron Killings, and he did so. He did tonight. He did. And so our truth now cut his hair off, did what he needed to do. One thing about our truth uh, said that. So hey, our truth said, hey, you see what our truth gonna do, and our truth said that he's gonna set the truth. The truth's gonna set him free. These are some of the photos that our truth did right here. And Truth cut his hair off. Our truth said, the truth has set me free. I'm Ron Killing. Our truth said, he tired of these gimmick personas. He wants something new, different. And what he did to John Cena, that set ablaze right there. He said, Triple H even wrote right here. You can see right here what Truth wrote. He said, one fan wrote, our Truth killed, Ron Kill cut his. You know he meant business. When he mean like that, you know he means like that. No question about that. What's going down and how this all going up and stuff. Our Truth man, better. So we'll see. Our Truth going to keep, keep be a man of his word. But Triple H during that press conference saying that it was a work. I don't think it was a work. I think Triple H Triple H might just say, hey, we had judgment error. We listen to you fans. We brought him back. And, Triple H really don't know what to say now these days. Hey, that's wrestler talk for you right there. Well, we get to this right here, the main event right here for the World Heavyweight Championship. It's main event Jey Uso stepped in the ring once again, defend his championship against the man he won the championship from 50 days ago at WrestleMania. Main event Jey Uso. Uh, main event Jey Uso set to defend the world championship. Without Jey Uso had a shot. Jey Uso fell in the clutches right here to Gunther with that pad and sleeper hole. He thought he had Gunther where he wanted him. Gunther had him where he wanted him, and Gunther now the man again on Raw with the World Heavyweight Championship. Gunther now holds the gold for a second time. Gunther now a two-time world champion. So this might lead to Gunther going against Goldberg for the world championship at WrestleMania. We just don't know when it's gonna be, but Gunther now the world champion once again. That main event Jey Uso had his momentum, and this momentum just crashed and burned coming up at WrestleMania. So hopefully, he's over, but who knows if Jey Uso will ever get a shot at the world championship ever again. Hopefully he will, but you never know. Jey Uso's Cinderella story has came to an end at the hands of Gunther, that patented sleeper hole. So now Gunther, a two-time world champion, indeed. Whatever, however that's going to be. Well, that's going to end the Raw Ring Report. Let's move over to Wrestling Hot Topics. Wrestling Hot Topics. We're talking about a lot going on right here. We talk about this once we get to it right here. John Cena and CM Punk. CM Punk shared a past photo. These two men will now compete for the WWE Championship at Night of Champions. This match will happen at Night Champion. John Cena set to defend the world champion, the WWE World Title, against CM Punk in Saudi Arabia of all places. With CM Punk, he accepted the challenge. Now it's going to take place in Saudi Arabia. I guess CM Punk was talking about blood money. Now he's going to be tied up in blood when it comes to Saudi Arabia. So CM Punk, can he leave Saudi Arabia with the WWE Championship? That's the only question that everybody wants to know. However, that's going to come down to. Okay. So also to Dirty Dominic Mysterio, said he's gonna do something. He visit the grave of Eddie Guerrero with the Intercontinental Championship. Eddie was a former Intercontinental Champion. He visited Eddie to make that promise that he was gonna become a champion, a singles champion, and he did. And he brought it to Eddie Guerrero's grave. So we saw how that came about. We know next week on Raw will be a Queen of the Ring tournament final. Oscar returns against Ivy Nile, uh, Stephanie Victor, and Raquel Rodriguez in a fatal four-way match. Which one of these four women will get them participate in the Queen of the Ring and meet Roxanne Perez? We'll see. So speaking of that, TNA capitalizing right here. with complete history of Ron the Truth Killings. I'm gonna probably watch that myself and get nostalgia because I remember Ron Killings was a part of that nostalgia and TNA. I remember that. He was with Bialy, Jeff Jarrett, AJ Styles, and a host of others. The Truth was doing so. Ron the Truth Killings really making a killing spree as he did back in TNA, and he's gonna do so again in WWE. We'll see what this character is gonna take him moving forward. All right, we're gonna leave you here on the Pro Wrestling Show with the ring general Gunther regained the world championship and now is a two-time world champion over Jey Uso like he did tonight. Thank you for watching this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I've been your host, Kendrick Dix, saying so long. We'll see you next time. Another edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. See you later.